Welcome to the Business Reporter's Future of Banking and Financial Services campaign. I'm Farah Fazal. How can it be that so many hardworking employees need to rely on payday loans, advances, or overdraft extensions just to make ends meet until the end of the month? For millions in the U.S., living paycheck to paycheck can be a weekly or monthly headache. And after lockdowns, trade wars, rising energy prices, and inflation, the financial burden is just going to get worse. So what's the solution? That's what we're going to discuss with Ram Palanapian, CEO and founder of Earnin. I heard the statistic that really surprised me. So 61% of people say that they are living paycheck to paycheck. 44% of people who are making six figures are living paycheck to paycheck.
It's astounding how many people are living paycheck to paycheck. That's almost 2/3 of the country. And if you think of it, it's because of the norm of paying people every 2 weeks or paying them twice a month. But you have expenses every day. You have bills that come up, and you still need to pay those. And that's why people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Is it a cash flow problem or just a money shortage here?
So this is a cash flow problem. The problem is that there's money that you've already earned, but you're not going to get it for some number of days, but you need it right now. The root of the problem is that we're using the system that was started during the Industrial Revolution, and now it's 2022. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, people used to be paid every day. It was during the Industrial Revolution that the industrialists who were more powerful decided to move pay as well to batch, like all of manufacturing was, because it was more efficient for them. And laborers did not have a choice. When the employee is thinking about their money problems, that's where their mind is on. They're less focused on work, they're less productive, there's a higher chance of accidents. If you're able to pay employees more frequently, it's a way to attract employees. It gives you a competitive advantage in terms of recruitment and retention of employees.
How do we solve this? What's the solution?
Living paycheck to paycheck is a huge problem, but there's a solution for this problem. It's called Earned Wage Access. It's a new tool that lets employees access their pay whenever they need it, instead of being forced to wait for the regularly scheduled payday.
Why is this a fintech issue?
Payroll runs on a batch job. I can't think of any other batch job that's important for us that runs in a 2-week cycle. But what technology does is technology takes things that are in batch and moves them to being continuous. And so you used to write letters, but when you got the technology to send short messages instantly, you moved to text. You used to watch shows on the cable company schedule, but once the technology was there to send individual shows to each screen, when the consumer wanted it, you go to streaming TV. And it's going to be the same way with paychecks. Like, the technology is coming there now where we can actually give people their pay continuously. And once you have that, then the employee's not going to want to go back to their employer's pay cycle.
So what's your solution to this problem?
We have a suite of financial products, and one of them is Earned Wage Access, where we let employees access their pay as soon as they've earned it. We also have, as part of our app, we can let the employee know when their bank balance is running low, so that they can either choose to cut down how quickly they're spending, or they can choose to access their pay and move it into their checking account. Another thing that we do is we help them put money aside. And so you have bills that show up once a month, rent is once a month, but your paycheck is every 2 weeks, and so you got to manage that because you got to pay for rent out of 2 different paychecks. And so we can automate that for the employees by automatically putting aside a piece of every paycheck.
Every day you encounter people who engage with your product. Tell me about what you're hearing from them. Tell me some stories of maybe success.
Yeah, we hear so many stories from people who actually use the product. So there's one story from a single mother who sent us a note after she was able to send her son for a school trip. She wouldn't have been able to do that if she didn't have access to our product.
So if I'm an employer, Ram, and I really want to do this, I want to be able to give Earned Wage Access to my employees, how do I get started?
It's really simple, and we work with a lot of large employers and small employers. Reach out to us. We can explain how the product works. There's no integration required. It's much more an awareness effort so that your employees know that this tool is available for them, and then they can start accessing their pay whenever they need it.
I've seen some big companies sign on to this concept. Obviously, they're seeing the benefit. How do you differentiate yourself from your competition?
One of the things that's very unique with us is when we partner with businesses, we have a zero integration model. And so it's really easy for the employers. They don't have to worry about all of the funds flows. They don't have to worry about sharing data and data privacy on the employee. And so our model is really simple, and typically within 2 weeks we're up and running and employees can start accessing their pay.
What are your 3 takeaways about this?
So I think the 3 key takeaways are employers should understand the impact on their business of paying individuals, paying their employees periodically. Secondly, they should use earned wage access as a way to let their employees access their money as soon as they've earned it. And then after that, they will see the benefits come to their company in terms of being able to retain and attract better employees, better attendance, better morale, and more productivity at work.
Ram Palniappan, CEO of Earnin.